Whoop whoop, what's up? Happy Thanksgiving, Bearcats. We're here, we're hanging, we're chilling. Hope you're stuffed. Hope you got your belly full of Thanksgiving stuffing, gravy, biscuits, casserole, green beans, mac and cheese, all that good shit. And let's end it here tonight, pal. Whoop whoop. Hope everyone had a great Yeagsgiving, as Lab Rat says. Good to see you, pal. Giggity giggity. And speaking of Lab Rat, love you, pal. It is because of you that we are doing tonight's show, bringing up Collision in Korea. So that will be our HMG After Dark watch along for tonight, pal. Watching it on Daily Motion. Yes, A Dark Side of the Ring, Season 3, Episode 4. We're going to go ahead and get started with that in 3. Hang on, I'm going between two screens here. Sometimes that shit fucks it. All right. 3, 2, 1, play. Let's get it, pal. Whoop whoop. And while we're doing the intro, I'm gonna get this tweet loaded up so people know we're live. Whoop whoop. Fuck communists, pal.
What could be more international than having two big shows in Pyongyang, North Korea? Vince can't do that. I run out and I look up and I actually see the stadium and the crowd and the people, and I just stop.
Over 300,000 locals gathered to witness Collision in Korea.
Wow, 300,000 like in attendance. Holy shit!
In reality, cast wrestlers as unwitting players in a high-risk act of political theater.
Dude, wow, holy shit, this is an interesting story.
You walk into the room, bam, they're there. You go on the line with bam, those guys are there.
Under the strict surveillance of North Korean authorities.
We're living the wrestling life. You hit North Korea, man, that shit stops right. Boom!
Scott Norton, pal.
Trapped in a surreal nightmare.
It was like being in the Twilight Zone.
And helplessly in over their heads, leaving some fighting for their lives.
Next thing we know, somebody's punching somebody.
I'm gonna run, jump off these stairs, and I'm so curb stomping to death. I mean, it was just like something,
Bro, this gonna be a fun one, pal. I hope so, anyway.
My name is Eric Bischoff, Wyoming. Spent a couple minutes in the professional wrestling business. Spend all my time looking back upon it.
By the mid 90s, how would you describe what your role was at WCW?
Well, as I said, when I first got to WCW as an announcer, I was like a fly on the wall. You know, I got to see things happening from a perspective that sometimes the current management didn't see. There was a lot of financial abuse and some fraud and theft that I saw a lot of in WCW as that fly on the wall. So when I finally got the opportunity to run WCW,
Oh, damn, Scott Norton?
I instituted a lot of changes.
Okay, cool. I'm looking forward to that one then, pal.
WCW was still seen as a regional promotion, and if it had any chance of competing against the powerhouse brand of WWF, Eric Bischoff had to reach a wider global wrestling audience.
Make no mistake about it, WCW is set to dominate the globe when it comes to professional wrestling.
One of the first things I did was reestablish a failed relationship with New Japan Pro Wrestling. WCW had engaged in some shaky tactics and left the Japanese with a very bitter taste in their mouth in terms of doing business with Americans.
From the land of the rising sun.
So I wanted to re-engage New Japan Pro Wrestling and just to see if I could possibly resurrect that relationship. It went really well. We did, and I started bringing a lot of the top Japanese stars over to the United States on a real consistent basis. But also to do the same thing with our WCW talent over in Japan. Because that way our talent was getting more more exposure in that market. Their talent is getting great exposure in our market, and everybody's happy.
With increased international exposure, WCW was gaining traction, but still lagged behind WWF when it came to drawing power and staging mammoth events. All that was about to change when Eric Bischoff was offered a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Antonio Inoki, who is the chairman of New Japan Pro Wrestling, reached out to me asking me if I would be willing and interested in bringing all of our WCW roster over to North Korea to compete at a peace festival.
For a non-wrestling fan, how would you describe who Antonio Inoki is?
Antonio Inoki, wow, he's really kind of an enigma. He was the Vince McMahon of Japan. Is probably the best way to say it. He was one of the most well-known wrestling personalities in Japan. He's been a great athlete.
He was just the most popular professional wrestler I've ever seen in my life. And I've been around almost all. Our professional wrestler, Scott Norton.
Dude, Scott Norton is one of those guys who I think he should have been bigger than he was. Like, I really think he should have been a bigger star. He had it, man. I really felt he had it.
What's up? How y'all doing? This is Too Cold Scorpio.
Give me Too Cold Scorpio, pal. And give me a knife, too.
After me being trained in Japan and been there for years, I would have to let people know Noki is somebody like Hulk Hogan, but 2 times above that level in Japan.
While Inoki was operating his wrestling company, he was also a fairly high-profile politician, and it became really.
Korea flips them all.
Whoop, whoop.
そういうものは出さなくて、それでスポーツを
Oh, this is filming on Noki was still alive. Shit.
まあ評価は分からない。国がいつも国が反対することと勝負して。
Among Inoki's more unpopular moves were frequent trips to North Korea and meeting with officials from the reclusive regime.
私はもう半分片足が下ろしてるけど、プロレスを皆さんに聞いてもらいましょうかと言ったときに、すぐ、まあ、実行委員会ができましたね。翌年の4月の
Oh yeah, dude. Like like at that time, it was extremely rare for like a gaijin or a non-Japanese person to be the New Japan World Heavyweight Champion, and they put it on Scott Norton not once but twice.
まあいろんな名前がさっき言ったマイケル・ジャクソンだとか出ましたけど。
Antonio Inoki asked me if I could help him get a meeting with Muhammad Ali. You know, I called Muhammad Ali, and he got excited about it immediately.
I don't get, yeah, for real, man. I don't get what the U.S. companies saw and didn't see in Scott Norton.
Breaking down barriers of cultures and religion and race, and he didn't hesitate at all. So man, if I put that piece of the puzzle together, I got the rest of my team together. Sure, I've never been.
Wait, I'm gonna go ahead and rewind. So you say Muhammad Ali was involved in this? Hold on, rewind.
What's up? How y'all doing? This is Too Cold Scorpio.
I rewind it back to Too Cold Scorpio. We are currently at the yeah. I'm sorry, I fucked this shit up bad. We are currently at the 540 mark of the documentary with Too Cold Scorpio. Yeah, sorry. I wow, I totally missed that part. I gotta catch that, get back up to that so I know what's going on.
While Inoki was operating his wrestling company, he was also a fairly high-profile politician, and it became really one of the most famous people in Japan.
Inoki constantly defied the limits of professional wrestling by staging events that made international headlines for their shocking audacity. In 1976, Inoki boldly combined wrestling and boxing for a match against the legendary Muhammad Ali. He also used...
Okay, so they talk about the Inoki Ali match, along with the issues with, oh damn, pal, yeah, North Korea and Iraq, damn.
で、スポーツ、平和党という、世界を平和にというのがテーマで、まあ、評価は分からない。国が、いつも国が反対することと勝負して。
Among Inoki's more unpopular moves were frequent trips to North Korea and meeting with officials from the reclusive regime.
私はもう半分片足は下ろしてるけど、プロレスを皆さんに見てもらいましょうかって言ったときに、すぐ、まあ、実行委員会ができました、ね。
Man, like, listen, like, listening to, like, Antonio Inoki's thought process towards those who were, like, he considered the enemy and thought differently than them, such as North Korea. He kind of came, like, I'm seeing a lot of similarities to him and Daryl Davis. The same Daryl Davis who decided to take the approach of I'm going to confront members of the KKK. Like, Daryl Davis was a black jazz musician who decided to invite himself over to members of the KKK's house to have dinner with them and their family and have conversations with them and be like, why do you hate me? What makes you hate me? And eventually they would break the ice to the point where, like, I'll put it to you this way. Daryl Davis has the uniforms and hoods of 200 clans of former KKK members who renounced their beliefs and their ways because of their time and interactions with Daryl Davis. He convinced them that their beliefs were wrong and they renounced them. And as part of that, they gave Daryl Davis their hoods and their uniforms. Like, here's a trophy. You pulled me out of this. Here, take it.
Well, he may not have been quite as popular as Hulk Hogan nationwide. He has such a fantastic reputation of being able to put on a great match with just about anybody. See my face? He was all for it. He was excited about it. I think subsequently I learned that his feelings were hurt just a little bit knowing he was the second choice.
Who first pitched you the idea of North Korea?
All right. We're sitting in the locker room. Just got done working out before a show.
All right, scary go Scott Norton, pal. I'm listening to this. This is good shit.
They go, Scott's son. I says, yes. He says, we have big match North Korea next month. You on it? Then I look around the locker room and the Japanese boys are just going nuts. And they're squabbling back and forth. They're talking. So I went over to Chono. I says, Chono, what's going on? And he says, we go North Korea. I said, that's what Masa just told me. We're going North Korea. They want us dead. They don't like us very much. Okay.
It was a little bit controversial. This is one of the reasons that Inoki was trying to establish this rapport with the North Koreans, because the Japanese and the North Koreans have been killing each other for thousands of years. There's no
open up that speech. Open up that door. And instead of violence, let's have a conversation.
To go to another place in the world. Every place I've ever been, South Africa, India, everything I've ever been is because of wrestling. So for me to be able to have a chance to go over to North Korea was like, man, I've never been to a communist country. I had no idea what it was going to be like. I didn't know the difference being in America and being a communist country. I had no clue none whatsoever.
When it came to traveling to North Korea, the United States government even then viewed North Korea as a much more hostile potential enemy. So Americans were not supposed to be in North Korea. And even going to the federal government to get permission to do something, it could take 6 months to get a yes or a no. So I just said, yeah, I'm just going to go. My boss didn't even know I was doing it.
Joining Ric Flair, Scott.
Damn, like, okay, and I got Bischoff saying, Connie, you know what? Fuck our bosses and fuck the federal government. We're doing it. Like, that kind of takes some balls, pal.
We found out Muhammad Ali was the biggest boxing hero of all time. You know, and I'm just going,
Okay, I did not know Muhammad Ali appeared on this tour. Holy shit. That's kind of a big deal, pal.
we're all standing there, and the airport just packed. There's reporters everywhere. Then all of a sudden, this commotion comes rolling in, and it's Muhammad Ali with his entourage. And all the reporters that were on us just went. And all of a sudden, he comes right to me, and he started doing magic tricks for everybody.
Dude, they actually have...
Whoa.
Dude, that is cool. That's pretty cool. They actually have footage of Muhammad Ali doing magic tricks. That's pretty sweet, dude.
Because you got Inoki and Muhammad Ali. They're huge, huge names. The North Korean military sent.
Dude, that to me that kind of gives Scott Norton's words a bit like a lot of credence and validation, because they act like so far they back up his words with video footage.
Certainly not comfortable, you know, not what the guys were used to. This plane was like made in the 40s, and I'm telling you, it was a piece of garbage. Flair was the funniest. We can't fly this thing. He's just losing it. And just kind of set the tone before we even got into Japan. You knew you were about to do something quite different. I think that's when I started sensing people getting a little nervous.
So we're flying over, and man, that was quite scary to me at the window seat. So for me, I seen the south side of South Korea, and then all of a sudden, as you get closer to the border, you see all these cannons, you know, set up and army stuff set up, aiming toward the north. We kept flying over, we seen all the north tanks and shit pointing toward the south. We were on this ridge. It's like, man, this is like wartime.
Damn.
When the plane landed, they finally brought the stairs out.
Dude, I'm so glad I picked this for Thanksgiving. This is a fun one for us, pal. Like, this is a crazy ass story. Holy shit. Lab Rat, thank you for letting me know about this. Damn, this is crazy.
Nobody's been in this room forever. And all of a sudden, these military people start coming up to us. Where's your passport? I had it in an inside pocket, and I went in and grabbed my passport like this, and I'm kind of looking back at my bag, and he just snatched it. I said, what the you doing? You don't lose your passport when you go. They took my Walkman, they took the tape, anything to do with America, they didn't want it in their country. And Flair.
Dude, seriously, man, thank you. This is good shit.
They hated us. I mean, you got that right away.
The most believable guy in all of this is Scott Norton.
Now what's going to happen to us?
And right behind him is Too Cold Scorpio.
Going to North Korea is a really strange experience. It's like going through the looking glass. It's an utterly different society for somebody like myself who's grown up in the States. We are accompanied by guides, and we do have some limits on where else we can go in the country. I'm Mike Chinoy. I was a foreign correspondent for CNN, and one of the assignments that I had was to cover this big wrestling event in North Korea. The wrestling,
bro, like you're from CNN, went to go cover Collision in Korea. I'm surprised you're still alive, pal. Holy shit! Like, seriously, how did you not get fucking executed by them?
Of North Korea, which is remote, isolated, highly regimented, largely.
Wrestlers are greeted with
Whoop, whoop.
unsettling hostility. But unbeknownst to them, this is only the beginning of what's to come.
We were paired off into twos, and we were escorted to our cars and assigned an attaché who was going to be with us 24/7, and driven into Pyongyang. My attaché, she told me that I was only the 7th American to step foot in North Korea that hadn't been either shot down or captured. Right there.
Okay, so that's a fun fact. Eric Bischoff is the 7th American to set foot in North Korea who didn't end up dead.
Keep track of us. That was a big main thing. My name is Sonny Ono. I was the evil Japanese manager for World Championship Wrestling. My job started out with being a liaison officer between WCW and New Japan Pro Wrestling.
So what did you know about North Korea at this point?
I was told by my government, hey, we can't guarantee your safety. You shouldn't go. We were evil, including the Japanese. That's what they're
like. Damn, dude. Like Sonny Ono says, saying like his own government told him we can't guarantee your safety. Don't go over there. Like, holy shit.
Japan colonized North Korea. Japanese ruled North Korea until the end of World War II. It was a brutal colonial rule, and there's tremendous.
Right, and if anybody knows the history of Japan and Korea, it ain't a pretty one, pal. Holy shit.
Was to pay homage to the dear leader, Kim Il-sung, who had died a year before. North Korean government would hand us bouquets of flowers, and we all were forced to walk up the steps and lay our flowers at the foot of the statue of the dear leader. And then the North Korean news media would film us. They wanted it to look like we were so excited to be in North Korea. We flew all the way there so we could pay homage to the dear leader.
We are all very touched and honored to be here today.
The North Koreans were always trying.
I never thought I would see footage of Ric Flair paying homage to Kim Jong-il.
When we got to the hotel.
Wait, no, not Il. Il's dad. Kim Jong-il's dad. Because Kim Jong-il died, who gave promise to Kim Jong-un, who is the current leader of North Korea, unless I'm wrong and I got that fucked up. I don't know. That's always possible.
The guys following us, they're staying outside your room.
We had like 4 guys spying on us, watching us at all times. It's like, man, we can't do nothing. So as far as really trying to pass the time, sat in your room.
Dude, man, I feel so bad for all those wrestlers who went on that trip. Like, holy shit, man. Oh my fuck, dude. I have no idea what it would be like to be on that tour. Like, fuck, man.
Down here, that's at Hawk's room. I'm talking to Hawk, I'm going, one of these little bastards is going to with me, Mike, and I'm going to take him out. I mean, there's no reason to stay in this hotel room. Me, Benoit, Hawk, and a couple guys go down to the lobby and had a pool table. That was a surprise. I said, well, let's play some pool. Anyways, do something. It took me 2 hours for that gal at the desk to give me the balls. They clear through the military guys.
So far, throughout this entire thing, Scott Norton is the one guy I can actually believe because he's being very specific and detailed. Those aren't things you you come up with if you're lying. I 100% believe Scott Norton. He's telling the truth.
The pool game was over, and for that ball leaving the table, they looked at you like, how dare you?
Dude, this shit is already crazy, pal. Dude, seriously, thank you so much for suggesting this. Or bringing this up.
To a point where
like, damn, bro, this shit is fucking crazy.
Just promise me you get through these next 4 days.
Like, think of crossing the mafia and then take it like 2 or 3 steps above that.
Nobody wants us.
As the harsh reality of their situation comes crashing down, the wrestlers find themselves strangers in a strange land. With tensions on the rise and tempers flaring, they must adapt to their surroundings or face the dire consequences that await. Struggling to adjust to the surreal circumstances in North Korea, the wrestling outsiders search for ways to cope.
So by the time I got to North Korea, I was kind of craving a run. So I went to bed one night. Well, it'll be fine. I took off by myself. It's dark out. Streets were completely deserted. I'm running, sun's coming up. Now all of a sudden, I see people starting to come out into the street. And as I'm running through the streets of Pyongyang, they're partying. They were looking at me like something out of a monster movie. Now the school kids are coming. Look of terror. They weren't afraid of me. They were terrorized by my presence. I don't want to see terror in anybody's eyes, especially kids.
You got this American that's supposed to be ideal of evil that they have never. Yeah, most of these people have never seen America. So this guy's coming running at them. Can you imagine what these people are?
When I saw the look of terror in people's eyes as I was running down the street, really made a big impression on me. Made me realize just how easy it is to foment hate and fear, and how dangerous that is.
Dude, Dude, Bischoff nailed it right there. How easy is it to foment fear and hatred in people towards another group of people? Dude, Bischoff fucking nailed it right the fuck there.
Was there some story?
Yeah.
Do you know about what happened between Scorpio and Hawk on the bus? So you weren't aware that maybe Scorpio was plotting to murder Hawk in North Korea?
No, that not until this.
Wait, hold up. Too Cold Scorpio was trying to murder Hawk of the Road Warriors? What the fuck?
Well, it all started out with prior to even going to North Korea, I had heat with Flair because of incident that happened overseas on one of Ric Flair's trip that he had.
Let's hear Scorpio side, pal.
I felt like Ric Flair was messing with me. I got fired from WCW. And still to this day, I don't give a damn what he said. I still feel that truly that it's because of him. I let it build up 7, 8 years, and I'm still holding the grudge against somebody who I think was the cause of me getting fired.
And to be fair, you can't really trust Ric Flair. So I kind of understand that part of Scorpio's argument.
So he comes out on the bus. So Ric Flair comes out of the hotel. We're all on the bus. So Ric Flair's kind of looking around like this, and
whoop whoop. What's up, Sonic? Good to see you, pal.
Maybe he's looking for me. Maybe he wants me to ride with him again.
Hope you had a good Thanksgiving, sir.
I said, what did you say? I said,
I had the best Thanksgiving I possibly could have had. I spent several hours doing DoorDash, spent a few hours with the family, and now I'm here hanging and chilling with y'all, and I'm like, I could not ask for a better Thanksgiving, man. It's good shit, pal.
Scorp said something hard, and Mike responded back in his typical way, and I guess Scorp hit him and dazed him a couple times.
Now he's bleeding from his face, bleeding from his mouth, and all this. Japanese boys grab me. I fall down in the seat. They're holding me down. He tells him go over and gets on me. He's trying to punch me. I'm ducking and dodging. He can't hit me. Jumped on him, stuck my finger in his eye, and I was on my way out with his eye. I had his eye halfway out of the socket and stuff. Japanese boys.
Right, and you're still, and you got a felt belly, and you got a full belly, pal. Can't argue with any of that. Whoop whoop.
Backed him up, and that's when it slowed him down. And the boys had enough distance to get between us and calm us down. and gave me his best shot. But I tell you, if that's his best shot, bro, you in trouble.
When Mike was battling this hepatitis C and he was on interferon. When you take that interferon, it makes you very sick, very flu-like, ill. And, Scorp could think what he wants, but the regular Mike would have killed his ass.
Wait, hold up. What are we seeing here, pal? Hang on. Rewind time. Rewind. Rewind. We're going back. All right, we're at 26 minutes, 26:40. We're going back to 25. I want to see this shit. Hang on.
You don't understand what we're going through here. I'm trying to explain to her the situation.
I said, what part of it you didn't get? Was it the him little Ryan by himself, or was it the quickie part? And he got mad about it, and he came back there and he called me anyway. He said, when he swung, he missed. I hit him up about 5-6 times, and I was wearing his ass out.
Scorp said something, and Mike responded back in his typical way. I guess Scorp hit him and dazed him a couple times.
Now he's bleeding from his face, bleeding from his mouth, and all this. Japanese boys grab me. I fall down on the seat. They're holding me down. He tells him go over, keeps on me. He's trying to punch me. I'm ducking and dodging. He can't hit me. I jumped on him, stuck my finger in his eye, and I was on my way out with his eye. I had his eye halfway out of the socket and stuff. Japanese boys jumped on me. I was supposed to stop.
Okay, so a backstage fight overseas between Too Cold Scorpio and somebody named Mike. I didn't catch his last name.
That's where it slowed him down. The boys had enough distance to get between us and calm us down and gave me his best shot. Man. Tell you, if that's his best shot, bro, you in trouble.
This one, Mike was hepatitis C, and he was on interferon. When you take that interferon, it makes you very sick, very flu-like symptoms, and just very ill.
All right, my immediate guess is that was Mike Graham. Let me double check.
When we got back to the hotel, I wanted to call home and call my wife. I've been trying to contact her for 3 days. I get through to my wife. I says, hey, babe. She goes, where the hell you been? Andy, you don't understand what we're going through here. I'm trying to explain to her the situation. She ain't going to have nothing to do with it. She thinks that I'm out partying with the guys. And I says, Andy, you don't understand what kind of shithole I'm in. All of a sudden the phone went click. I thought you hung up on me.
Yeah, I kind of feel on that one with Lab Rat. Like Scorpio seemed kind of like the guy where it's like, don't like leave me alone, don't fuck with me, but if you try to fuck with me, I will fuck you up so fucking bad.
He's telling me you're coming with us.
With a dangerous new line crossed, their fate now hangs in the balance between life and death.
Oh shit, yeah. Now and all of a sudden, when a personal issue has a North Korean and government getting involved, yeah, you're fucked, pal. Yeah, you're fucked, pal.
North Korean officials materialize, and he is forcibly taken from his hotel room.
And I'm looking at these guys, man, and I mean, they'd soon shoot me right there and then. I'm just going, what the hell is going on here? Now, nobody knows where I'm at. I'm in this room. I mean, it just felt like at any point in time, I was just going to be dealt with. It was like a movie. I swear to God. And I'm just sitting there, I'm going,
dude, one of the biggest thing I'm picking up so far from this is that Scott Norton, like the most believable guy in this, because he's being extremely descriptive in a way where it's like, okay, there's no way he could be making this shit up. There's no way he could be making this up.
And I says, I mean, you know what I said to my wife? I said, you're just back and forth. I've been trying to come home. He said, no more phone calls. You don't talk to nobody. We hear you say something in North Korea. I mean, he's pointing his finger at me. He's saying, you can't say anything bad about North Korea. This is a superior country. He's telling me this bullshit And I get it now. I mean, I'm just like, I ain't gonna say a word about North Korea.
Like, there's no way he could be telling the story if this did not actually happen to him.
I'll do anything to get out of this room. I apologize. I mean, it's serious. And the looks on these people's face, there's no doubt in my mind. It is.
All right, plus consistency. Yeah, like, you kind of have no choice but to believe its authenticity. Like, all the pieces are in place for, like, okay, like, you can believe everything Scott Norton is saying.
I got to my room and I'm just can't mess with these people, Scott. But you think they might
like, dude, like, it really comes like it really feels like he's replaying an experience he went through.
Finally kick off. The wrestlers are ushered to one last propaganda opportunity. A visit to a secret tomb.
And it does not feel like he's trying to sell it like it's fake and he's trying to convince you it's real. It's like, no, this shit actually happened.
So anyways, we're walking, and the next thing you know, we notice Muhammad Ali's taking his jacket off. And he rolled his sleeves up and he started jogging up the stairs.
Like, I believe Scott Norton. Like, at this point, you would have to provide me with hard evidence to convince me otherwise.
Here's Muhammad Ali just snapping him up. And he's dancing around and he's doing like the Ali shuffle a little bit. He was moving like it was the old time, man. He's just having the time of his life. I mean, we're the only people in the world saw this. And we're just like blown away. You know, that's Ali, brother. I mean, it was unbelievable.
That one in itself made my whole trip. So as we make our way out of the temple and we're making our way, I said, look, bro. I said, we're supposed to be over here on a peace treaty. And I said, we over here like we fighting amongst each other. Americans. He walks 3 steps in front of me, turns and swings as hard as he can. Hits me. I don't go down. I look at him like he's crazy. See, I jump after him. I go after the Japanese boys, grab me, snatch me out of the air. And I started going off. Cameras around us, cameras is filling. I'm saying, Chris, I said, that's all you got? That's all you got? I said, you hit me with your best shot? That's all you got? I said, I'm going to kill you. And so now I'm thinking street smarts. I'm going to get him. I'm going to hurt him.
Damn, pal.
Special state dinner. That's where they had the stainless steel chopsticks. So I was take one pair of stainless steel chopsticks, eat with it, drop one, pick it
Man,
up,
that shit between Scorpio and Hawk was real, pal.
Me and Chris had to share a room. Chris been walking. We're back to the room, and Chris is sitting there looking at me, and he's watching me. And all of a sudden, I open up the windowsill. I pull out the chopsticks, and the windowsill is all rough concrete. And I'm sharpening the stainless steel chopsticks on the window, bringing them to more of a point. Chris like, what are you doing? I said, man, I'm making the shift. He goes, what? He's like, yeah, I'm staring at I tape the ends together. Like, I know how to make a shift, you know what I'm saying? My dad ain't been to prison and don't know how to do this shit for no reason. I know how to do this shit. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna take him out. Chris said, man, don't do it, man. He said, man, you don't want to do that, man. If you kill Hulk over here, you will just be here for the rest of your life. What am I gonna do? I can't let this punk me and get away with it. You know, we're gonna have to settle this.
Yeah, that's a rare situation. Chris Benoit is the voice of reason. Hey, Scorpio, you kill Hawk, you ain't leaving this country, man.
And I'm riding with Rick, and we're driving down the road, and 2 lanes were nothing but people walking to the show. And I said, Rick, man, we're really drawing a crowd here. I mean, these people really want to see this. And all of a sudden the driver goes, no. He says, they don't want to come. He says, if they don't show up, they're going to...
Oh, yeah. I have no doubt Scorpio and New Jack were friends. I would be very shocked if they had issues with each other. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and look that up just out of my own personal curiosity.
This is amazing. We're leaving WrestleMania in the dirt.
我々が思ってる以上にはるかに、なんていうのかね、私なりの商売の中でもいくつか大きなイベントはあるけど、これはやはり、すごい私なりにって、まあ私なりの勲章だと思います。
The way that you had over 100 and something.
Never mind, I stand corrected. Too Cold Scorpio and New Jack actually had a backstage fight that led to injuries to Too Cold Scorpio that affected his wrestling career. Never mind with that. Fuck.
Before the matches started, we were all jacked, and we thought this would be awesome. And then the matches started, and I realized that none of these people have a clue what they're watching, why they're watching it. It was quieter than it is in this room right now doing this interview. That's hard to do. Russell Hashimo the first night in a main event. The North Koreans just stood there.
True that too, pal. Whoop whoop.
Just the stuff doesn't happen in this business, and you're just busting your tail trying to get these people to respond to it, and nothing, absolutely nothing.
The challenge to engage the crowd would now fall on the shoulders of promoter Antonio Inoki, whose connection to the people of North Korea was even deeper than it seemed. For Inoki, this event would also pay tribute to his fallen mentor Ricky Dozan, a wrestling icon in Japan who struggled to keep his North Korean nationality.
Get me Ricky Dozan, pal.
まあ、手を取って教えられたってことはほとんどないです。要は、とにかく強くなれてる。
Yeah, dude, some kind of weird wrestling combination mindset.
まあ、言われたこともありました。まあ、何を教えたかったかなっていうのは、まあ、自分のやっぱり根底という。
Dude, it's kind of weird watching Antonio Inoki talking about this, knowing that he is gone right now.
当時、師匠は63年の11月ですかね。まあ、僕は言われて。
The Japanese Yakuza, this is their version of the mafia, killed him because he was North Korean.
Wait, hold up, back up, big time back up here. Hold on, somebody got killed by the mafia. Hold on one sec. November 1963, Master was attacked by a thug and passed away.
The Japanese Yakuza, this is their version of the mafia, killed him because he was North Korean.
So the Yakuza killed Antonio Inoki's mentor because he was a North Korean. Okay, that makes kind of sense.
His death becomes this glorious, tragic thing where in his final breaths he expresses his loyalty to North Korea.
Damn, bro.
Inoki had this association with him, gave Inoki credibility.
The North Koreans understood the connection between Inoki and Ricky Dozan. He got kind of the hometown treatment. They didn't know what to make of it. Bleached blonde hair, sequenced robe. They didn't understand. Again, this match starts and it's quiet.
Amazing to me that this is the first ever matchup between these two wrestling legends.
They went to a different place. They kind of went old school.
One to the chest, one to the forehead.
They kept working also. You can hear the people start coming with Inoki.
We hear the crowd for one of the few times at Collision in Korea really responding to Inoki.
About halfway through that match, that place is going absolutely crazy.
Now coming off the ropes, that's emergency plans this week. That takes an HMG Ric Flair off his feet.
This is a testament to Rick. His Rick's job was to get Inoki over. Rick's job was to showcase Inoki. There's nobody better at that.
Flair in a lot of trouble.
Yo, what's up, man? Good to see you, pal. Whoop whoop. Free the Moose. Yeah, TNA so far, at least this weekend, might as well be Pyongyang. What's up, pal? Giggity giggity.
These people were entertained for probably the first time in their lives. I mean, because there was no happiness in this place, man. This was like going to
like Ric Flair and Inoki in North Korea. Like, yeah, that's kind of a culture shock for them, pal.
greatest match that's ever happened in this business. Ever.
With the largest wrestling event in history coming to a close and freedom within reach, the Americans must stay in line for just a few
Whoop
rounds.
whoop. Yes, yes. Very much so. Thankful for HMG. Thankful for all of you. Thankful for being able to spend time with all of you, hang out with all of you.
As the epic event draws
Love
to a
y'all.
close, and with
Giggity,
just
giggity,
hours
whoop, whoop.
remaining before the group departs, a final ceremonial dinner is Scorpio's last chance to settle the score with Hawk.
I hear doors closing. Everybody's going down to dinner. I open my door, I go out, I walk around the corner, it's me and Hawk. We're face to face now.
Oh shit, backstage Scorpio and Hawk, pal.
He pushed the button for the elevator. So I turn and I back into the elevator, keep an eye on him at all times. I got my shank with me. He gets into the elevator. He's not saying nothing. We're just looking at each other.
No.
I'm like, what do you want to do? You want to finish this right now? And all of a sudden, I ran out of pills. I ain't got no steroids, got no smoke, I got no nothing. My nerves got to me. I was upset. I said, I accept your apology. I said, but I'll tell you what, we get back to Tokyo, you still want to finish this, we're going to finish this. I said, all right, man, whatever you want to do. We ended up squashing it in North Korea, got to Japan. I was ready. That never happened, man. But he got an ass whooping and learned that Scorpio ain't the one the best, but I'll tell you that shit.
We're in North Korea for 4 days.
Okay, so it sounds like
So by the time
okay. You know, that's not the worst ending the thing with Scorpio and Hawk could have ended up with. It could have went way, way worse. So at least like some business got done. As very little as possible, but at least some.
everything changed. It wasn't until the plane landed. Ric Flair literally walked out the stairs, walked out of the tarmac, got down on the ground, and kissed the pavement. That's how excited Ric Flair was. $3,000 suit on, alligator shoes, get down on his hands and knees and kiss the ground. Says, I love Japan. And I mean, he was wooing, and now he's Ric Flair again.
I will never, you know what? This is a shoot. This is a legitimate personal story that I'm telling to all of you listening and watching right now, and anybody watching the replay. The time that I went to Mexico to wrestle, and then when I came back to America, once I crossed the border back into America, I fucking kissed the ground. I'm not joking. I was so happy to fucking be back home in a fucking in the USA.
Meet Muhammad Ali on top of it, wrestling in front of that dude. I mean, I remember after my first match, he told me, he says, "Oh, you really good, very good." I mean, this Muhammad Ali, brother. So being a part of that was absolutely awesome.
And it's to go Scorpio up and over, but again.
2 nights in a row, 189,000 people. I've never seen that many people together ever. It's the only thing that I can ever brag about Hogan that I do. Something that he has got down is I wrestled for 199,000 people 2 nights in a row, not one. And that's all I got on it.
I've been a part of WrestleMania, Super Bowls. I've been to a lot of different big events. They pale in comparison to what I saw him do again. I knew that Vince McMahon was probably livid.
Oh yeah, North Korea goes spares no expense when it comes to spectacles, pal.
My joy is mitigated by the fact that none of them were paid. And they were kind of forced to be there technically. If you go to Wikipedia, folks, the largest wrestling event in the world. Yeah, I did that.
All righty, so I guess that is it for that episode tonight, guys. Happy Thanksgiving to y'all. Hope you all had a great holiday. Hope you all were able to spend time with family and loved ones, catching up, having good times, making new good times. Whoop whoop, while stuffing your bellies. It is late for us. We're gonna call it for tonight. Hope you have a great rest of your holiday weekend, 4-day weekend. Much love to y'all. Whoop whoop. Tomorrow night we'll be back for a late start for SmackDown. Make sure you check out the Friday Locker Room. And Saturday, Smack Attack. Saturday we'll be doing a late start of the Survivor Series watch along. And Sunday, a very quick blow through of Impact and Turning Point. And then, of course, Monday, Impact Attack. We'll catch you there, guys. Much love. Whoop, whoop. Have a great night. Make sure your tummies are full. Giggity, 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 whoop, whoop. Yeah, pal.